All right, so the early access Diablo 4 beta happened this past weekend, with the open beta coming this weekend of March 24th through the 27th. And I've been witnessing a lot of interesting discourse about it. A lot of people are praising the beta, and the people that aren't, they're looking for problems. There's a principle I use when I review games. Let the game tell you if it's good or bad. If there are problems, you won't have to look hard for them. If it's great, the game will let you know. Go to Reddit right now, and when you look at the criticisms of Diablo 4, a lot of them are people who are digging for criticisms. They're wading through the bush, trying to find what they don't like. I see the same thing on Twitter. People making a bunch of assumptions about the end game, and they never even saw a legendary weapon or reach level 20, let alone 25. When you have to do that, when you have to reach for criticism, when you have to sit down and think about what the problems are, it's not that there aren't any problems at all, but you're fighting what your eyes are telling you. You're fighting what's clearly in front of you. And I'm not talking about preferences. Your preference for something doesn't automatically mean something else is bad. It means it's not your preference. It only becomes bad when it negatively affects the experience. Like, I hated Hi-Fi Rush's jumping. The character had no hang time. If you played the game, you know what I'm talking about. It was annoying. Did it affect the experience? Sometimes. It did. Mostly and pretty much during intense platforming, like sections where it's dedicated platforming. That's when it was bad. But it had no effect on the rest of the game. Some people who play Path of Exile don't like the skill tree that's present in Diablo 4. That's fine. But does that make Diablo 4 skill tree bad? No, there's a lot of factors to consider if it negatively affects Diablo 4. But we only got a glimpse of it. But if it's not your preference, you don't like it, that's okay. You're entitled to that opinion. But to suggest that makes Diablo 4 bad, that's a stretch. To suggest that because your preference for something makes the game bad, that's a stretch. You can say, I don't like thing, and that's okay. You can absolutely not like it. If you were reviewing the game, you could absolutely lower the score for that thing because you don't like said thing. But to just label it bad, that's a little much. I see people levying all sorts of criticisms at it and then ending their criticism with, but it was a lot of fun. I kept saying that constantly. They're searching. They're reaching. I certainly have concerns. I wonder about the end game and Blizzard's plans to keep us occupied for 100 levels. I wonder if the setup is not designed for replays, but for one extended playthrough up to level 100, and you change the difficulty as you go. Like that it's not what I expected. I expected, you kind of finish the campaign, you could kind of replay, but the way it's set up, I'm not sure it's going to be that. I'm concerned about that. Can they keep my interest in the game I want to sink all those hours into? That's my concern, if they're going to go in that direction. I saw someone complain about the loot drop pool. It's a beta. You're expecting them to show off everything? Like, you can wonder if the pool is more expansive. That's fine. But you're going to complain about it? No, if that's what we see in the final game, okay, now the complaints are warranted. But it's a beta. We only saw a quarter of it. Which, to be fair, they showed us a lot. A quarter is quite a lot. But there's a lot more to see. The highest level we could go was 25. Jeez. You could only go through Act 1. There's so much more to experience. So many things we didn't see yet. So when you're playing a game, believe what's in front of you. When Destiny originally launched, Bungie launched the beta, and it got old fast. Like, the narrative by the apologists and the defenders was, it's a beta. It'll be better. Destiny came out, it wasn't better. They didn't believe what was right in front of them. Hope is a powerful thing. If you have to muster it up, if you have to look for greatness, it isn't there. We've seen games by these AAA companies for years, some of us decades. You know what you see. Trust it. So my question to you is, what did you see during the early access beta for Diablo 4? If you didn't play it, bookmark this video and come back when you play the open beta this weekend. I'm curious to know your thoughts. You know where to comment. This is YouTube. You've done this forever. Tap whatever thumb you like and subscribe for more conversations on all things video games.